right. My name is Donald Coleman.
And I am Dr. E. And this is
Unapologetic
Unapologetic
Conversations with the
Conversations with the
Coleman.
Colemans.
All
Welcome
right,
back, guys.
we got it. We did it.
Look, I think that was amazing. It sounded like we practiced for days.
Anywho, it is 2021. Well, while we're recording this, I hope
Yes.
everyone had a great and safe New Year. I hope your holidays were amazing. We are going into the new year refreshed, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Last year was so draining for a number of reasons, but we are going to move into 2021 better. We're going to learn from our mistakes, whether it be good or bad, and we're just going to prosper.
Yes, I receive all of that. And just to piggyback off of that, welcome everybody to 2021. I hope that this year is going to be full of abundance for you, financial stability, all of the toxic relationships or toxic thought processes that you did have. I hope that you left all of that back in 2020. And if you haven't, guess what? The year is still brand new. We still have time to do the do-overs. We still have time to do structures and making sure that the rest of your year is going to be amazing in everything that you want it to be. So let's start today.
All right. Well, of course, we always start off with what we're drinking. So today I will start off with I have a cup. First of all, it has my first initial on it. So of course, anything that's in here, I'm gonna drink out of it. I just have a cup of Maxwell coffee. Nothing special. Since I am back home for the holidays, I don't have my usual equipment and materials, but yeah, just a regular cup of Maxwell coffee. I think that's just a family a tradition. I think we all drunk Maxwell coffee at one point in time. So
Maxwell and Folgers.
yes, 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 yes.
And sometimes when I'm on the go, and I always keep this is like a little tidbit. I always keep Folgers instant coffee in my purse. Always. Because you never
Instant
know
like
who.
the little packets.
Yeah, all you need is hot water.
Okay, I've always wanted to try like because Starbucks has those like instant like iced coffee
Yeah.
packets, and I was always scared that I would mess something up. So I think this will be the year I'll try.
Yes. Okay, 2021 goal. Yeah, I keep the instant because a lot of times if I leave out and I don't drink my coffee, like I just feel like I don't have my superpowers. Like I told you guys before, coffee kind of like taps into my superpowers, make me feel like Superwoman. So when I'm having a difficult day, I like to drink me some coffee. It just uplifts my spirit. So I keep that on the go with me. But this morning, I did have to step out before our podcast. So I was able to go to Starbucks. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I like
What
brewing
did you
Starbucks
get?
at home, but it's just something about going through the line. Then hey, good morning. This is Ebony. And they're like, oh, hi, Ebony. Then you get your cup, they welcome you. You can smell the coffee coming in off the drive-through window. It's something about Starbucks that just feeds my soul and my spirit. I love
We'll see. Okay, and I'm just gonna expose you for two things here. Number one, you must be a regular if they're
it.
knowing your name. Two, you must be going to a really nice Starbucks because the ones I go to, not saying that the customer service is bad,
Oh, okay.
but they're really not chipper as you're describing it. And maybe it's just a Southern hospitality thing. I don't know. Maybe it's different in the North than it is the South. But the
That just
ones
made
I
me
go
sad.
to, oh, I'm sorry, but yeah,
I'm
I've never been to
sorry.
one. I've never been to one where they're just like, well,
Really?
maybe my college. Okay, I think I take that back. The
Okay.
Starbucks on my campus, they're pretty nice, but they're student workers. So I mean, maybe they just have to be nice. I don't know, but either or, that is one nice Starbucks I can say I can go to, and they're
So
nice.
you have had the experience.
Yes, but
Okay.
not on the level like it's nowhere near Southern hospitality Starbucks. I think that's top tier, and I don't think I can find that anywhere.
Like, it's literally breaking my spirit because I'm under the assumption that Starbucks customer service is just like Chick-fil-A customer service, where it's just phenomenal across the board. No?
No, now Chick-fil-A's that is also top tier because I believe that is universal because
Yes, you're right.
on my campus, for those of you who don't know, I go to Eastern Michigan University. And shameless university plug, I know.
That's okay.
Um, but we do have a Chick-fil-A on campus. Currently it is closed due to COVID. But I was so upset because we can finally use dining dollars at the Chick-fil-A. And I was like, I don't have to spend actual money
Oh God,
and it's
exactly.
closed. So but they're pretty nice. So I'm just like, yeah, it's universal. I think Chick-fil-A's service is top tier.
Yeah, it is. And that's why I'm saying, like, I'm sad because I'm thinking that you are receiving the same Starbucks customer service that I'm receiving, and you're not. I'm
Mm-mm.
listen to all my Starbucks workers or baristas out there. I thank you guys in Atlanta because I've been having some great experience, seriously great experiences. I drink a venti dark roast with 2 pumps of peppermint and 4 raw sugar. That is my go-to. The one that's by my home, I pull up, hi guys, Ebony, hey, it's just like it's camaraderie. We have a rapport. And I honestly appreciate it because it makes me feel unapologetic as I load my Starbucks app, which is always like 10, 15 to $20 every time. But you know what? It's okay. It's only like a week. I try to like minimize it to a week that I reload my Starbucks and I redeem my points because on the app you can actually redeem points for coffee, protein boxes, little cups,
Mhm.
whatever. So I try to minimize it to $10 a week. But the people by my house, thank you guys in Atlanta. I'm just gonna say generically, thank you guys in Atlanta for being good baristas.
Yeah, I think speaking of Starbucks orders, I think my go-to right now is it the honey flat almond milk latte? I might be saying it wrong, but basically it's a latte and it's almond milk, which I love because as most of y'all may or may not know, me and dairy have a complicated relationship. I don't want to say I'm lactose intolerant, but I'm somewhere on that spectrum.
Okay.
So I tend to avoid milk products.
Okay.
So I like this latte because it's almond milk is in it and it's honey. So instead of sugar, they put honey in it and it's amazing. It's 8 pumps.
Okay.
Because I remember I was like, can you add more honey? And it's like, well, there's already 8 pumps in here. I was like, but make it 12. So yeah, that's my go-to right now. Also I think one can never go wrong with a caramel frap with extra caramel drizzle.
Mm, I love
That's
that. When
gotten
it's
me
hot in
some
the
that's
summer, oh,
that's gotten me
caramel
through some late
frappuccino.
nights.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Donna?
I said that's gotten me through some late nights.
Oh yeah, definitely. To all my people that's out there studying, I remember those late nights. But that's back when I used to actually brew a full cup. I'm not cup, but full pot of coffee and drink a full pot in one night. That just brings back PTSD. I'm not even gonna focus on that right now, but it used to be
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, and you think honestly, if you went back to school now, it will probably be. I mean, you could probably do it because you did it 3 times in 3 separate programs. No flex, but a flex. But I think it might actually be a little harder now. Just because when you were going, and this is not the topic of today's episode, y'all, but just a little detour. Um, just the difference is now everything's like immersed online. So, do you think just doing like a comparison the best you can, do you think would it be harder on you doing it fully online or was the experience better in person?
Well, I think to be honest, I'm able to give like a 360 response because when I went to Oakland University for my bachelor's, of course, that was in person, you were on campus. But when I went for my master's as well as for my doctorate, both programs were blended. So for my master's program, you only had to go so many times out of a month actually on campus, but everything else was online. And then for my doctoral, the only thing that I had to really do in person was my residencies, and everything else was online. So when it comes to like the amount of work, ingraining study habits, and just really having your own accountability. I feel like those were the three things that now in my mentorship program that I have on drebonycoleman.com, why I'm able to still relate to my mentees because I had the experience of actually having no one, just being there by myself and having to do the work. And this is why I'm so big on like scheduling things. I'm so big on making sure I get a planner every year and actually writing in it and holding myself accountable because I remembered in the beginning of those programs, especially my master's program, because I was so used to going to class and the professor's like, you're going to do this and this is due and group project this, that when I started my master's program and majority of my assignments I had to do on my own, I struggled. I did. I struggled with time management and I struggled with, oh, that's doing 14 days. We lit, like, and then the 13th day, the day before it's due, sitting there and trying to like bang out the assignment and feeling overwhelmed. So time management is something that I feel like I had to grow into. And once you grow into that time management piece, like, and you have structure and accountability, you're holding yourself responsible to things, then I feel like the online program, of course, it's not going to be easy, but I feel like it's more doable.
Yeah, no, definitely I can agree to some extent because for those of you who don't know, I am a sophomore currently at EMU, and I can kind of have that, like you said, that 360 response because last year, um, even when I was in, so I started college technically the summer after I graduated high school. I went to community college that first summer semester, and so that was in person, and then when I went back in the fall to EMU, that was all fully in person as well. So I had already 2 semesters now of being in person. So I can definitely tell you that the experience is two totally different things. For starters, I think the common misconception is that the workload is easier when it's online. It is not. I can already tell you for anyone who's thinking about coming back to school, not to deter you, definitely it is doable, but just know that the workload, there's no matter of fact, you might be doing a little bit more work online.
Yeah.
Just because in person, the professor only lectured for a certain amount of time, and if they forgot something, be like, oh, we can cover it next class. But online, they can assign you anything whenever.
Yep.
So it's definitely important if you are in school on whatever level you're in, high school, college, post grad. It is important that y'all, we starting this new semester. Y'all get it right. Check your Canvas or Blackboard. I don't schools use different software, but we use Canvas. Check your Canvas every day, y'all. Check it. Check your emails. It may be important this time. I know they love to blow us up with useless articles we're never gonna read, but check it because it may be it may change your life. So that's my tidbit of academic advice for everyone.
I like that because that's like a perfect transition into our next topic, which is how did you better yourself this week? Right.
Right.
So,
I wanted to piggyback off what you said earlier,
mhm.
accountability. So that was a perfect segue into our topic today. Maintaining goals for 2021. So I think I'll just kick us off here. What does maintaining a goal look like for me? So I think for me personally, a goal is an idea, right? It's an idea that I've injected into my brain, and I'm like, okay, I want to accomplish this. Now, that process may look different for other people, but for me, setting a goal is more like just holding myself accountable to something. So whether that be I want to eat more plant-based meals throughout the year. Do I want to go to the gym more? Do I want to, I don't know, cut back on sweets? Whatever that goal may be, I think it's important that you specify what your goal is, because it is so easy for us to say, I'm going to go to the gym more this year. Okay, that's a good goal, but specify. Say, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times out the week for a month. Now, that I would say is a very attainable goal.
Right.
And it's also this, you specified it, right? So we have to, I guess, sort of trick our minds into saying, okay, you kind of almost making a goal a task. So for me, I can say one of my goals for the new year is I want to go to the gym more. Right? I'm gonna use my own self, but instead
Okay.
of saying I want to go to the gym more, I'm saying 3 times out the week for the next 3 months, I'm going to go to the gym consistently. So I already laid out my plan, the work, the time, and I just need to do it. So
Mhm.
I think that's one way to maintain a goal throughout the year, is just to specify it, because again, you get so caught up in these like vague statements, and that's all they end up being, are statements, right? So yeah, I think that's one tip that I can give, is to just specify whatever you're trying to do, break it down and make it manageable, make it attainable.
I like that. I really do. I think for me, just to like expand off of what you were saying, like my tip would be making sure that the same responsibility that you feel to other people, you hold that same responsibility to yourself. Now, going into, like you said, Donald, our topic after transitioning out of the tip that I wanted us to talk about for the week, um, how are you manifesting your 2021 goals? So, just like I said about being responsible to others and being responsible to yourself, making sure they're both aligned, I think that's very important. We as people, we tell people it could be as simple as, "Oh, you're having a birthday party? Yeah, I'll be there." Or, "Hey, are you coming to our Christmas dinner? Can you bring the greens?" Sure, I'll bring the greens, right? And you make sure, like, come hell or high water, you getting those greens. Or you going to that party because that's your best friend. Hell or high water. You could be in a bad fight with your boyfriend, but hell or high water, you going to that birthday dinner and you getting those greens for that dinner because you told people this is what you were going to do. However, when it comes to our personal goals, we might say, this week I'm going to the gym 3, 4 times, right? Monday go by. I can go Tuesday. You know, Mondays is bad, not motivated Mondays, you know. Then Tuesday come, today Taco Tuesday. I'm gonna go Wednesday. Wednesday come, it's wilding out Wednesday. I can't go today. We can make up so many excuses when the responsibility is to ourselves because we don't have anybody that's holding us accountable. Meaning, there is not anybody that's going to say, "Oh, you ain't go to the gym," and be mad at you or upset with you and not want to have relationship with you because you didn't hold up your obligation. But that same type of mindset that we have towards other people, we need to have that for ourselves. You got to love yourself enough to say, if I told myself I'm going to the gym Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's optional on Thursday, then you have to go those 3 days. And you should feel that if you didn't hold that accountability to yourself, you should feel some type of sadness, some type of loss, and some type of upset for yourself. So that motivates you to continue to be responsible to who you are. You deserve that. You deserve your self care and your overall self love and self being to be happy and appeased and to be balanced. Just like you have these external relationships with people, in order to love and be accountable to yourself, you have to have that same type of relationship with you. So that is to me the crux or the foundation of manifesting and just staying obligated to your 2021 goals.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. You spoke facts, straight facts, no lie.
No lie, no
Um,
chaser.
Nope.
Chasing with coffee. That's it.
Um, I think so. I guess to answer that question, but also to piggyback off of what you said, I think yeah, self love is definitely important. Because when we have, like you said, for external, see that internal versus external, right? When we have an external obligation to something, it's almost we're hardwired to do it because we're just like, oh, this person, like, they're gonna cut me off, like they're gonna be so mad at me if I don't bring this or if I don't show up like right now, like at this time, this date. But when it's something internal, we feel as though we have leeway because it's ourselves. And that mentality is toxic, to say the least, because you should love yourself. Well, if you are a person of faith, you love God before anybody else. But for just general rule of thumb, your love, you should prioritize that as number one. You love yourself above anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't love yourself, then that saying goes, how can you love someone else? And how can you care about anything else if you don't care about you?
Thank you.
And I think that foundation is the reason why a lot of goals, a lot of New Year's resolutions don't get done because that self love, right? And we may think like, oh, I love myself, like, but do you love
Do
yourself?
you really love yourself that when nobody is watching, you really going to that gym? Or when nobody is watching, you're not stopping at the local McDonald's because your new manifest 2021 goal is you're going to eat better so you can look better. You have to do it even when nobody is watching. And that's the hard part. So, the second part of the question for today was how do you keep your 2021 goals momentum? Like, how do you keep it going throughout the year? And I think that's, to me, outside of the planner. So, like I showed y'all before, I get a planner every year. Ooh, my ring light ain't letting me be right. But my 2021 like goals are all inside of this planner. Like, it's all in here. Like December, the last week of December, I sat down, wrote out my goals, and each month of the year, I put in there different goals that I should be achieving. We have to do that because it keeps us motivated. Like when I turn the page each month, at the top, I see what my main goal is. And each week, how I'm going to pay it forward to that goal. So at the end, after I put in all these deposits for 12 months, December 2021, I'm walking into 2022 feeling like not stressed out, not overwhelmed, not disappointed. I'm happy because I'm coming into that space knowing that I made deposits in my life, not withdrawals, but deposits. See, stuff like this make me want to get off on a tangent, but I'm gonna try to wheel it in. I'm not gonna go too long. We have to constantly make deposits in our self love, self worth, self care daily because it's so many different demons, like we talked about before, that's walking around trying to make withdrawals from your life. And if you have not constantly deposited positive affirmation, positive self care, healthy eating, all the self love lifestyle patterns into yourself, when you have these demons out here trying to make withdrawals, saying negative things about you, trying to say you're not what you want to be, or you're not going to accumulate to this great person that you want to be, you are going to break down, meaning all of those goals that you put in your planner and all them times you say you going to the gym, it's going to be hard to get up and be motivated to go to the gym when all you can think of is negative things about yourself. All you can think of is how I'm not a millionaire and I'm supposed to be a millionaire, or my friend who the same age as me has a business, I don't have a business. Like, all you can think about is negative things because you're so worried about the negative affirmations of the withdrawals that these demons are taking from you. Instead of depositing positive affirmations in your lane is here. Your lane not over there, over there. This is your lane. We only get one life, one lane to cultivate ourselves, right? I'm not saying you can't go off and branch and do other a million amounts of things. You can do that. But what I'm saying is you go to sleep at night with you wake up every day with you in here. It could be another body in the bed with you, but you sleep and wake up to this, your mind. So you have to feed your mental wellness with positive affirmation so that you are able to carry on your 2021 goals into being tangible in reality. Don't let nobody steal your joy. That's Grandma Claire Coleman. This is her favorite saying is don't let nobody steal your joy. And I used to hate when she said it because I would be crying, Grandma, no. But they said da. And this professor, they said that you can't do this. And I know they saying this because I'm Black. I used to, because I have walked into spaces with people that didn't look like me, didn't understand me, and always wanted to withdraw negative things from me. But because I had a praying grandmother, because I have a strong root to my family, I was able to get those deposits to now be able to make the deposits with or without them. So I say this to all of you that's listening, right? I'm bringing it in, Donald. I'm bringing it in. Do not let anyone withdraw from you this year. This is a year of deposits. Each month, deposit into yourself. Each day, intermittently deposit into yourself. So at the end of this year, you are able to walk with your head held high, knowing that whatever is for next year, you've deposited into yourself. Thank you.
Well, you heard her. That was her little TED talk, her semi TED talk. I'm just kidding. But no, that was yeah. I think again, straight facts, no lie.
Definitely.
I think moving forward into the new year, is important that that self love. It's gonna show. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, like you said, going to the gym when nobody's looking, going to the gym, or not even going to the gym, just doing things when nobody's seeing. You know what I mean? Because we do a lot of work. You know what I mean? We do a lot of hard work, especially if you're a student. I'm just all the students out there. This is for you. We do a lot of work. We put in them long hours when no one's seeing, and that work
Definitely.
pays off in itself when we get those diplomas, when we get that degree, when we get those accolades, when we get those standing ovations. That is the reward within itself.
Definitely.
So if you're looking for instant gratification, because I don't know, that's what everyone's looking for now.
Yes. It's the social
That's
media platforms, I'm telling
that's the false rainbow. I'm
you.
here to tell you that that's not how this goes. That you can't rush the journey. Um, and it's okay. We all fall down sometimes, right? We all stumble. We all, fail at things. And I think it's definitely important and it's healthy to acknowledge that. But at the same time, you don't let that stop you from trying to achieve whatever it is you're trying to achieve, and whether that be a big project you're trying to do this year or just a weekly goal. It can be as so simple as that, or a daily goal, or whatever it is. I think it is important, um, that you just always every day you just work at it piece by piece, chunk by chunk, because it is so easy to get overwhelmed with this idea that you have to get it done in one sitting, one whop, and that's just not how it is. That's not life. Life is one big. I tell people you need to be like I-75. And do you know what I mean by be like I-75? Because
But you have to
I-75,
tell everybody that's out here, everybody is not from where we're from.
okay, yeah. So I-75, it's always being worked on, right? There's always construction. And I-75 don't care if it's being worked on. It's taking time to be repaired. So be like I-75 and take whatever time you need to work on yourself.
Facts. Facts. It is your own construction site. I like that. Yes. It's your own construction site because you have to realize everybody's journey is going to look different. Nobody's construction site is going to look like yours. Meaning, if you're a student right now, Say you're 20, you're a student. You've been a student since you got out of high school. Somebody else might have went to work when they got out of high school. So they're saving and they have the money and they have the apartment. You might be living at home with your parents. But guess what you're doing? Your construction site is here, not here right now. It's here. It's gonna get here, but you have to do this before you get it here. So when you look at different people on their journeys, realize how they're constructing their lives. Their foundations look different than yours. So you have to stay focused on yours and realize if you are a student or if you just graduated with your doctorate, like me, I was conferred in 2019 with my PhD. I am still just now building. I've been a student my whole life. I didn't have the time to go out and get these full-time careers where I have luxurious salaries. I didn't have that. That's just now starting now. So my life looks different than other people at my age. And I'm okay with that because my construction site was here, not here. But oh God, is it now coming here? And how I'm so excited that I took the time to be able to do that because now I feel like my foundation is so solid that when I get here, I'm not going to lose this. You know what I'm saying? Because I've worked on this. And I'm not saying other people that did not take the educational journey will lose it. I'm just saying sometimes you have to go slow to make sure that when you do get the reaping of the benefits, you understand and appreciate what you're getting. So you won't lose it again because you know what it is to struggle and have them ramen noodles. Okay, listen. We know what time it is when you look in the refrigerator and there's nothing in there but ice. It's melting because it ain't in the freezer. But what I'm saying is, this is just what it is. Everybody construction site. I love that, Donald. Everybody's construction site will look different. Focus on making sure you are constructing a solid foundation. So when it's time for you to run in life, you don't slip back and have to go and repair. Oh,
That needs to be on something, in something. I don't know.
Mr.
We
Coleman.
trademarking that. We trademarking that.
Minister Coleman, you better stop. Black, proud, and
Oh,
educated.
I already know. But yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I ain't gonna play with you, but yeah, no, just piggybacking off of that. I'm a STEM major, so if y'all don't know what that is, that's a science, technology, engineering, math major.
My brother's smart.
Um, I'm trying to be, but no. So I definitely, I had to humble myself very quickly early on in the game. That this is, I'm in a race. I'm not in a race with no one but myself. And what I mean by that is, being a STEM major, I'm not gonna see any real money. Like until I get to that doctoral level. You know what I mean?
I understand. And even
So
when you get, this is what I need people to understand. Even when you get to that doctoral level, now it is up to you to figure out how you're going to use these degrees to get money. Nobody is like, oh, you have a doctorate? Here's $1 million. No, like, or oh, you have a doctorate? Here's your salary career where you're making 8, 9 figures. That world does not exist. And I don't know if it exists for other cultures, but the melanin that we're in, it doesn't exist like that. You have to get out there and you have to activate your degrees. So I don't want anybody to think that once you get to the end, that's it. That's just the beginning. It's just the
yeah,
beginning.
definitely no. Like when I tell people, hey, I'm a biology major. I'm also double minoring in psychology and communication, and it's like, oh, you're gonna get like so paid after graduation. Like you just have it lined up, and it's like for you maybe because you of the Caucasian persuasion, and ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But for people like us, that again, that instant gratification is not there. This is a road that you're going to be on for the long haul. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner that, again, you can work on building on that construction site, right? Because that's the first step is acceptance, accepting of the things that you can change and the things that you can't. And it's okay not to be able to change everything right now. I think it's important that we set ourselves on certain roads and certain journeys for certain outcomes and for certain things later on in life, things that we can't see, the bigger picture. And I think that, you know, we just have to understand and respect that. And yeah, I just think like for all the students out there, especially if you are a STEM major, and you're a person of color, we both can tell you right now that that instant gratification, you think that glory or whatever you were looking for, it ain't gonna show up right now. Not saying that it won't ever, because it
Right.
will. I
Well,
think you put in the work, the time, it will show at the end. And no matter how long it takes you in your program, whether it ends for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, six, as long as you cross that finish line.
I totally agree with you. Crossing that finish line, and then after you cross it, having a proactive plan that allows for you to carry out your career or carry out your business, carry out your brand, or do both. It's all up to you, but just be proactive. Know that when you're getting this degree, nothing is going to be handed to you. So once you finish achieving your degrees, which you will, if you stay at it, you will. You just have to be proactive in knowing, making connections with people, or knowing where you need to move to be able to accelerate in your career, or how much of a business loan do you need to get so that you can open up your brick and mortar. Whatever it is that you want to do with your degree, stay proactive in it, because when you do finish, you are going to need that proactive plan, that proactive construction site. Okay, you're going to need that activated for once you complete that educational journey. So I think, Donald, I really think that was well said. I hate to say this part that we are now in the 2 minute mark, right? It doesn't seem like
Okay,
it, but
yeah,
we're in the two
yeah,
minute mark. Things are right wrapping up.
yes, you guys, we wanted to not apologize because we're unapologetic, but we understand that the first episode was really long. Again, that was just our introduction episode. You guys
Yeah.
getting used to us, our energy, our vibe. So we've come to terms. We're trying to make these episodes no longer than 45 minutes because we understand that, the human attention span is pretty short.
Yeah.
And we understand that you guys, you may be listening to this on your way to work, on your way to school, after a Zoom meeting with that annoying professor, wherever you might be. We are here just to bring you guys quality content. And like I said, we don't like to rush anything because I think that's one of the things that we're bringing into 2021 is being authentic. This isn't scripted. We this like we're having a conversation with just the two of us, and we just invited you guys along for the ride. So that's what I appreciate about the show. But yeah, we are. Yeah, she's not wrong. But yeah, just to wrap up these last couple of ideas. Also, while I'm talking, I'm gonna change out my headphones. I know it's ghetto, but my AirPods are
That's okay.
dying.
No judgment.
But
In our last episode, while he's doing that, if you guys seen, I had a double cup plastic cup that I was drinking coffee out of. But that's because I was in Michigan for the holidays. So my environment was a little bit changed. So I understand sometimes, things happen, things will happen on here. But I just want to start by saying thank you guys for tuning in for our second episode of Unapologetic Conversations with the Colemans. I'm going to go ahead and plug our social media. So on Instagram, we are unapologetically underscore Coleman. Once again, that is unapologetically underscore Coleman on our IG. If you guys want to interact with us more and maybe have questions and you want the questions to be presented on one of our episodes, we do have an email. And our email is going to be unapologeticallycoleman@gmail.com. That is unapologeticallycoleman@gmail.com. So there's multiple ways. Of course, you can DM us on Instagram, but if you want it to be more formal for the questions on the show, just go ahead and email us at our Gmail account. Yeah. Anything
Yes,
else to
yes.
add, Ray?
Yes, please be sure to follow us on social media. We greatly appreciate it. If you are listening to this on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe because that boosts the algorithm. So our content is more visible. Definitely and on Spotify, make sure, or any major streaming platform. We're still not on Apple Music yet. I do apologize to that. They're being a little difficult. I know that's her favorite streaming platform,
Yes,
but
I'm an Apple girl.
I'm more of a Spotify man just because I love it. I love Spotify because it's on all of my apps, like on my iPad, my Xbox, all that. But yeah, we will have that up and running very soon.
Yes.
Hopefully within the next week or so, it will be available on there. And just to kind of wrap things up, I know we were gonna do this in the beginning, but we just got so enthralled with today's topic that we're gonna do Stone of the Week. So this week's stone, crystal, is a sapphire. So for those who are watching this, this is what it looks like. Now sapphires have ranges of different uh, hues of blue. This one just so happens to be like a medium blue with some little gold specks in there. And so sapphire has the property of wisdom. So wisdom and vision. So if you are looking to just kind of boost your intuition or maybe even strengthen your third eye connection, or if you're someone, if you're struggling with guidance, trying to figure out what to do next, and since we're talking about 2021 and next steps, this would be a great stone to have, to meditate with. Definitely, it is a good stone for students as well. I know personally, I've been using this stone for a couple months now, and it's definitely gotten me through some hard times, some tough assignments with school, just giving me that energy and the guidance, the wisdom and knowledge that I needed. So yeah,
Love
like I
that.
will say with any crystal, be careful on where you obtain crystals from. Make sure you're going to ethically sourced store. Also, before use, you want to make sure that you cleanse your crystals always. You can use some sage like I have here. This is cedar sage. It looks a little burnt because I used it for the new year, so don't judge me.
That's
And I'm
okay. We
saving
want
the
to see
rest
it
for when I get
used.
back to my apartment. And then if you want to use an alternative, this is Palo Santo. You can burn this, and a lot of people actually like Palo Santo better because um, saging is a Native American practice, and for some cultures, it is a closed practice, meaning that if you are not of Native American descent, you are discouraged from practicing that. So instead, some people use Palo Santo instead, just to respect other people's cultures and ideologies and religion and whatnot. So yeah, those are my tips. Of course, I have to throw in a little bit of a crystal knowledge at you.
Of course. I think you need to do that every week. If you guys were watching me, I keep, of course, my planner. So I wrote down stone of the week. That's going to now be on the agenda every week because I love that. And I love the fact that it's the holistic place. If you guys are just now getting to know who I am, yes, a forensic psychologist, but I have branding and wellness. So my wellness coaching business is drebonycoleman.com. Like I said, I have the degrees in psychology, specialty, and forensics, but I am a holistic woman. I love to try to do things the natural way. I love to try to self care and preserve with self alignment, the holistic way. So when he speaks about stones, that's his realm, but I embrace it because I'm trying to learn more about stones. So from here on out, contrary to his belief, every week we'll be having stone of the week because I love that. It's education for me, and I'm sure it's a lot of people that's out there that want to know more about it too. But
Yeah, no, definitely. There's a lot of people
yeah,
that want to know more, but they don't have like resources. They don't have anyone that they may know in their own personal life that knows about these things, whether it comes to meditation, to cleansing, saging, stones, tarot. Starting to get into that now. So And a lot of people, there's still so many misconceptions about it.
Of
It's
course.
the devil at work, or but in reality, these are just spiritual energy things. So if you believe that there's an energy out there, whether it be from earth, in nature, or in a higher power than you, it's all just energy, right? Because energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It's just manipulate. We choose how to manipulate that energy.
Mm-hmm. But what I
So
was gonna say is, and then I'll get into my enlightenment of the week because I do want to share something with you guys. But when we talk about misconceptions, that goes back to our topic of deposits and withdrawals. People are going to have misconceptions about anything that you do, especially if you're doing something that's out of the norm, right? You're not following what society says you're supposed to do or look like. A misconception in the hands of a demon will be a withdrawal. A misconception in the hands of somebody that's positive for you and a positive affirmation for you will be a deposit. Understand that whatever somebody is not doing, but you are doing, that makes you unique. So I just want to always put that out there. A deposit and a withdrawal is all about perspective. We are going into 2021 in a positive perspective, only making deposits. Okay, that construction site's building. Um, but the enlightenment of the week, I did receive, in addition to this T-shirt, Dr. E,
yeah,
which
I
I
was
will be
like,
wearing this again.
right, I was like, I like the especially the font too. I really like that.
Thank you. My our little sister, Alexis Chantel Paisley, she bought this t-shirt for me. And I have been saying for quite some time now that I wanted to read Michelle Obama's Becoming. And like I said, the ring light, there it goes. Becoming. And I finally got this book for Christmas from Lexi. And I'm so super excited to start reading this because it allows people to see Michelle Obama in a different light. And I'm not just going to sit and talk about the women's empowerment. I am about that, but I just want to also say the reason why I wanted to read this book is because I feel like as a Black woman, we are stuck in always having to be perfect in this enlightenment of perfectionism. But in this book, Becoming, she starts at her grassroots and she talks about like how it wasn't easy for her when she first was in relationship with Barack and he wanted to take on all of these courageous roles. Sometimes we in life think that our life is going to be vanilla, black and white. And our higher power, because our higher power has filled our vessel with something that's so amazing, has to push us. And sometimes relationship with other people, the right relationship with other people, will push you and accelerate you to become who you are ordained to be. And in this book, Becoming, I love it because she takes us through the highs and lows. She allows us to see that sometimes she did get depressed. Sometimes she did get off course of her journey of success, but how she was able to realign herself. So for me, it allows for me to see I am becoming Dr. E. I am not perfect. You can look on my social media. It might look like I got it all together, but baby, I just was confirmed with my doctorate in 2019. I will say that again. So I am still working on what the brand of Dr. Ebony Coleman will be. I'm working on unapologetic conversations with the Colemans, and I'm figuring things out. And I love this because it shows her in the light of figuring things out. So to all my women and men, if you guys are out there on your journey of becoming who you are ordained to be, make sure you check out Michelle Obama's Becoming. This book I just started, and I'm already just excited to get back to it every time that I put it down. So that's
Yeah,
that.
no, definitely. I've heard good things about the book. I do plan on getting my own copy eventually.
Awesome.
Um, yeah, no, you again. I will keep saying that straight facts, no lie.
Okay,
Um,
sir. Let's just start
but
it.
yeah, no, just to add on that, just to kind of wrap things up for this episode. Which, by the way, this episode we kind of rocked it. Just to throwing it out there. I just loved the whole topic when because you guys, for those of y'all who don't know, we don't script these episodes. The episodes are not scripted whatsoever. We just come up with a prompt or a topic we feel as though is productive, and we just talk about it. So I think this episode definitely is good, especially now that we're in the new year when we're recording this. You guys, this episode will be coming out very soon on all streaming platforms once again. But I think
Working
this
on
episode
Apple.
was, yeah, we working on them. We in negotiations, but um, yeah, I no longer say beef. I say negotiations.
I like that. Sounds more
So
professional.
we're in negotiations. So I definitely think that this year, again, going out to the students, I know I plugged this podcast with a lot of my friends from school. I know quite a few college students have reached out to me like, wow, I listened to it. I really love the podcast. But, oh, thank you. Don't
Hey
gas me.
guys.
Don't gas us up. But no, I think I guess my tip of the week, I guess you want to call it now. Definitely, if you are a student or anyone really, any this can be applicable to anyone. And I will be doing this as well. If you are a student and you have syllabi, go down, get first of all, get a planner. A hard copy one is preferred, but you can. Hey, I use Google Calendar too. No shame on my game, but a physical planner will work best for this. Go down, sit down, just take a day. Matter of fact, take 2 hours out of your day, any day before the semester starts, or the weekend after the first semester, or whenever, and write down all of your assignments, any major projects, anything that you have to do for how many ever classes you're taking. That way you'll have all your assignments written down. So that way you can stay on track this semester and you can go in the semester with a clean mind, a clean slate. You have everything wrote down and you are just ready to tackle it. Because I know for me, like you were saying, I struggle with time management too. I'm not perfect. I ain't gonna get up on here and say I'm on a high horse because I'm not. But as someone, again, biology major, it's very important for me that a lot of these classes I'm taking, I need to maintain that time management, right? Because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of reading and a lot of researching and a lot of dense assignments. So definitely my advice would be to just plan everything out. And that is applicable to anything you are doing in life. If you're working, you have any big projects coming up this quarter, whatever you might be doing, write it out. And every day, make like 3 to 4 tasks if it's a big assignment or a big project. Every day, do 3 things related to that project or that assignment. And that way, when you get to the end of it being due, it's already done or it's like 95% done.
I agree with you. I agree. Like I said before, I think the theme, of course, it always changes when we're talking, like we find out different common themes in our conversations. But I just feel like small deposits, small deposits, small deposits, like you said, every day you're working towards your goal, whether it's a short term goal or a long term goal. But I love it because it's changing lifestyle patterns. It's allowing you to see that overall wellness is connected to those small deposits that you make every day. Don't stress yourself out trying to do everything at the last minute, whether it's in school, like you said, as a student, or whether it's in life as a business woman or man or entrepreneur in general. Make those small deposits every day. So at the end, you're still motivated to keep going because you haven't burnt yourself out, but you're also happy about the journey and excited about it because every day is you achieving small increments of that goal. So I I hate to say it again, Donna, we got to wrap it up.
Yes, we
And
gotta wrap it up.
thank everybody
So,
for tuning in. Every Monday it drops, right? Our show drops every Monday.
yes, every Monday, around be on the lookout around 12, 1 o'clock. I'm not even finna hold y'all. We don't have a set time yet. We have a date, but the time is, whenever whenever it gets done, I guess. But yeah, no, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for the love y'all have shown us on Instagram. Um, and yeah, we will continue to make quality content. And again, if you have questions, we are very open to questions. So, like you said, you can DM us on Instagram, shoot us an email. Also, if you are interested in being a featured guest, you can also reach out to us on if any sponsorships are looking out. We are prominent podcasters in the community. Yes. Or any and
They
Starbucks.
serve
So
us.
they're the goal, but any any sponsorships out there looking at us, please feel free to email us at our emails. We check it. If not one of us, we check it pretty much every day, every other day.
Yes.
One of us is always looking at it, so we will respond as efficiently and effectively as we can. We both have crazy schedules. I'm going back to school. I start my new semester on the 13th.
Yes.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm only taking.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm in my second semester of my sophomore year.
I love it. Keep it
So
trucking. And for everybody that's following me on Dr., which is Dr. Ebony Coleman on IG, you guys will see that drebonycoleman.com, my website, I have wellness coaching for people that is starting a new semester or thinking about going to school next year, and definitely in the psychology major or just mental health practitioners in general. Check out my mentorship program that I have available on my website. Also, my ebooks, if you're trying to start a new lifestyle pattern, healthy choices, I have detoxing, I have meal planning, and I also have fitness wear for that changing body of yours. So make sure you guys check out drebonycoleman.com. Check out my brother on Instagram too, Trendsetter. Am I saying that
so
correctly?
TRNDSTTR Trend Center.
Yes. So if you guys
Wordplay.
are following, we're out here, we're manifesting things, and we are also, for future reference, looking at Clubhouse. So in the future, once we do better time management and get out of here in 30 to 40 minutes, like we said we were going to, we will take the additional hour, hopefully, so additional 30 minutes on Clubhouse. Just like if you guys are enthralled by a topic and you want to come and reach out to us on Clubhouse, we both have our Clubhouse accounts. Mine, of course, is Dr. Dr. Period Ebony Coleman, and then Donald, yours is what on Clubhouse?
I'm not even gonna hold you. I forgot. I will put it in the description below. Well, I'll put
Okay.
both of ours in the description. I'm not even gonna. Again, authenticity. I'm not even
Authentic,
gonna lie.
unapologetic. Listen.
Yes, and we're also thinking about starting a Patreon. So what that will entail, basically, we will have special content, special episodes where if you are subscribed to our Patreon, you have access to all of that. We are thinking about merch in the potential near future. So you also have access to that. It will be available to the general public as time progresses, but we'll probably launch it on Patreon first to our subscribers. So be on the lookout for that. We will have special episodes, guests come on. We'll be talking about just uncut topics. So yeah, that'll be on our Patreon.
All right. Well, that's us, guys. Make sure you tune in every Monday between the hours of 12 and 1 on all social media platforms, YouTube, Spotify. We're working on our Apple. But thank you guys for
And
tuning in.
Pandora and Google Podcasts.
Oh,
Yes, I've been a busy bee.
look, he's, as you guys know, he's the tech of the group. So I'm just here.
Yeah,
But
I'm the brains and she's just the pretty face. No, I'm kidding.
oh, stop it. Too.
Okay,
Jeez.
well, she's the brain and the pretty face. I'm just
All
here
right.
trying to live my best life.
Just trying. We all trying to do that. But make sure you guys are tuning in every week to Unapologetic Conversations with the Colemans.
And that is a wrap. We will see you next week.
Bye.